Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, plans in place to revamp the transport industry. More awareness needed for emergency response. And DPP to assist lawyers improve legal battle skills.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The country's transport industry is expected to undergo some major transformation in a year's time, revealed by Minister for Economy Ayaz Sayed Qayyum during a budget roadshow in Ba yesterday. He added the government will soon introduce the e-ticketing system in minivans, buses and inter-island vessels. Ali Kimbir reports there are also plans to have a new tap-on, tap-off technology in buses that is currently practiced overseas.
The Minister for Economy says the government will soon revamp the transport industry, beginning with the introduction of a new technology that will be used in buses.
The technology that will be introduced very soon, hopefully within 1 year, is what you call tap-on, tap-off.
Ayaz Sayed Qayyum says the new technology will create more transparency in the bus system.
Tap-on, tap-off is you tap the card, you'll say, okay, you've got on at stage 1. And there's no other intervention. You go and sit down. When you get off the bus, you tap off again. You tap off. When you tap on, you tap off. As soon as you tap off, it automatically calculates. You travel from stage 1 to stage 3, it takes off that much money and you go away.
He adds the government will soon introduce the e-ticketing system in other public transport.
We also want to extend e-ticketing to other facilities, like minibuses, ships.
Sayed Qayyum says they're currently working with the LTA and the Ministry for Transport to bring about these changes. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The LTA has announced a taxi permit issuance redraw will take place following the closure of the 21-day grace period for the returning of permits from ineligible recipients. The redraw will give honest Fijians who missed out in the first barrel draw the opportunity to be awarded taxi permits that were obtained dishonestly by some recipients. Successful applicants who have been granted provisional taxi permits during the barrel draw last month, after filing honest and accurate applications, will still be granted their substantive taxi permits after the redraw has been held. Applicants who previously submitted false declarations will not be eligible for the redraw. Attorney General Ayaz Sayed Qayyum has again lashed out at the president of the Fiji National University Student Association, Katen Lal, for being politically aligned. Sayed Qayyum claims Lal is openly supporting a political party and a faith-based organization that has extreme views. Sayed Qayyum says Lal should not use his platform as president of such an organization to advocate for any other political party. He says Lal's priority is to deal with issues pertaining to members of the association.
People can have their own personal political views if you hold those kind of positions. Nothing wrong with that. But your first and foremost fiduciary duty is to the organization for which you are elected. Emergency responders around the country have raised serious concerns about assistance given to victims of car accidents in light of the recent Nambo incident in Singatoka last weekend. Videos and pictures circulated on social media showing bodies of the victims being carried out from the van has caused major worries. Akosita Tale reports the Fiji Red Cross Society and the volunteer first responders are calling for more awareness to improve emergency response.
The Nambo incident in Singatoka last weekend has brought about many questions that needs to be addressed at national level in terms of response mechanisms to accident victims.
Suspecting with the injuries, like more commonly like spinal injuries, fractures, bleedings and all. So even the way they were actually moving them out and putting them on the roadside, not even checking for their response, or even keeping their airways was not maintained.
While the efforts of bystanders were commended, professional first responders are calling on the public not to engage themselves in such incidents unless they are certified on no first aid response.
So at least if there is a need arises, people are there to make difference. Because at times we are like far away from hospitals. A good example is that same one we were talking about. They are like far away from hospitals.
The volunteer first responders, which assist emergency services primarily in the Central Division, says the first role of a bystander who is not trained is to call for help. Bystanders can even aggravate injuries, especially injuries not visible in trauma cases, by unconsciously pulling victims out of mangled wrecks. The VFR adds you can be of immense help by simply comforting those in need, that help is on the way, and applying basic interventions such as bandaging a bleeding wound if you are trained. Other than that, wait for the professionals to arrive on scene. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Legal teams of all the government ministries will undertake a detailed prosecution course to further improve their skills during legal battles within the courts. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution will facilitate these courses, and they believe this will greatly improve the government agency's overall legal presence. Rachel Nath with more.
The DPP believes the courses will go a long way to further strengthen the legal abilities of the ministries, not only in court but also internally.
Assist them as well into understanding the strict liability and absolute liability offences, prepare themselves for in terms of court appearances that they have to go to appear in court. So this is basically, we have taken on board all prosecuting departments and government agencies, also with Fiji Police Force to deal with.
Attest to the course, the Fiji Police Force believes the prosecuting skills obtained is one that all agencies require.
The initiative to devise courses of this nature for police prosecutors, given their non-academically trained legal background, is an achievement that will contribute to the efficient administration of our justice system. Fiji Police encouraged and fully supported the training initiatives.
The DPP conducted 4 advanced national prosecution training with the police force, as well as legal courses with other governmental agencies. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Still to come, culinary chefs urged to utilize agriculture opportunities. And QR artisan returns home to impart skills to the youth. That's our successful Fijian after the break.
Bula, nevang go malakai leloma, go ngai nakas on the wakarong ng Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya on talita na warong ng Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere nawaluan.
Nevang go fane na tao no go singa toka, kita on talita ka ng Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere.
Bula FM, number 2 ay nasere.
Firefighters were able to control a fire that broke out at the Max Value Harvest supermarket on Khalsa Road in Nasinu Suva this morning. An eyewitness told FBC News that the fire started from the supermarket bulk at around 10:30. However, firefighters were quick to arrive at the scene and managed to control the fire from spreading to the entire supermarket complex. The supermarket, which is on the World Harvest Church premises, was closed for business today. Hence, no one was affected by the fire. The National Fire Authority and police have confirmed they are investigating the cause of the fire. The Agriculture Ministry, together with the Ministry of Trade and Tourism, organized a week-long contemporary island cuisine chef training for cooks and chefs to innovate new ways to feature local produce. Trainer Colin Chung says local chefs and cooks must utilize the opportunities presented by the growing agriculture and tourism sector to promote our local produce. Kritika Kumar reports this may put Fiji on the map as a destination known for its unique and local cuisine.
Consumption of local delicacies will not only help the tourism sector but also enable us to reduce our import bill and encourage farmers to earn more income.
Whether it be seafood or beef, chickens, pork, the farmers and the people that grow these things benefit.
Colin Chung, who has assisted many of the world's most famous hotel brands, says a well-presented Fijian dish with a tasty flavor will always be appreciated.
If the majority of the time we use our local product,
definitely is going to be a plus for Fiji. And it's also healthier for the locals to be eating local, you know. We also helping the planet. We're not, it's sustainable.
The Nadi-based Smuggler's Cove chef says locally grown produce can even be used to create a Western dish with an island-style look, taste and feel to it.
When the guest comes to Fiji, I think the better technique, the better recipes we can get is to give them the touch of Fiji product. The Fiji things, what we get, example, taro, cassava.
The week-long training also promoted the use of fresh local produce and the development of more contemporary style of cuisine using local foods. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The misconduct of real estate agents have come under the spotlight once again, with the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission highlighting a range of issues. Commission Chief Executive Joel Abraham says issues involving a substantial sum of money with regards to property rentals have surfaced. Hence, the Commission is working with the Real Estate Licensing Board to strengthen monitoring of the agents and the market.
We've had some issues being brought to us where people have not formally lodged complaints but have alerted us on some issues on how some agents are conducting themselves. Of course, that is not acceptable. Let this be a warning to all the real estate agents that you're not to engage in any conduct that seeks to misrepresent somebody, gives false information, or any conduct that is deceptive in nature.
Close to 70% of Fiji's workforce is currently employed by the Agriculture Ministry, with 65,033 registered farmers, mostly based within the rural settings. Assistant Agriculture Minister VM Pillay says the industry continues to play a vital role in the economy as it contributes to around 7.9% of Fiji's gross domestic product. Pillay says the agricultural sector, while it remains as the nation's backbone, needs to encourage the younger generation to make use of the opportunities available. Pillay says farming is not only a business avenue but can also be a career path. Some culture and tradition has been lost to modern-day habits. Our successful Fijian today features a successful handicraft maker and seller who is now passing on her knowledge of weaving to the younger generation to keep the practice alive. Eleanor Trangavu has the story from Kiowa Island.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
65-year-old Lisi Malolonga grew up not knowing how to weave. It wasn't until 1997 that she learned the skill that was to be the main source of income for her small family.
When I was in Lambasa selling my food and handicraft, I was learning from one of my niece, my sister's daughter, from that 97 until now.
The women of Kiowa are well known for their handicraft, beautifully woven to reflect the rich culture they carry that have lasted for decades.
The life of in the island, the women just busy of weaving and make the voi for their weaves, and even the basket, the mats. The mats is an important thing for the ladies in their home.
Malolonga runs a successful handicraft business operating out of Savu Savu town. She is one of the many skilled weavers on the island of Kiowa and makes a variety of items from baskets to trays to placemats, fans and mats.
Basket I make, it can be 2 if a small one or 3. But if it's a big one, I can make it 1 in a day. If it's a good sale, I can get 100, something like that, 100 and plus. But if you're not much, just at the amount 50 something.
In a world where modern habits are taking over our daily lives, keeping our tradition and culture alive is becoming a struggle. In her old age, Malolonga is making sure that this does not happen to Kiowa.
I always tell the ladies just to teach their children, not to just playing around.
Through weaving, Malolonga has put her children to secondary education as well as through tertiary. She is also teaching her only daughter the art of weaving.
I just told her just to do it because now we come and stay in the island, and then something like that she can help herself if I passed away.
According to Malolonga, weaving is an important part of our cultural heritage and carry the story of our past. She's urging today's youth to make an effort to learn about these so that our identity is not lost. Eleanor Turangaviu, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ahead in sports, Neita Siri thanks its supporters for the victory. And Nandi beats Draketi in Vodafone Premier League. This and more coming up.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Senirawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Lambasa football side has ended Lotoka's unbeaten run in the Vodafone Premier League, beating the host 2-0 at Churchill Park. An own goal by Kolioni Sivoki gave the Mamasinga Lions the lead before Christopher Wasasala grabbed the second goal in the 90th minute. In an earlier match, the Nandi football side came from a goal down to beat Draketi 3-1 this afternoon. Draketi's goal was scored by Apisai Sesewa, while Rusiate Matararenga and Napoleoni Ngasemvakatini scored the goals for Nandi. Meanwhile, in the Vodafone Senior Playoff, Nasinu beat Lami 1-0 at Ratuzakambal Park in Nosuri. Defending champions Baulevu High School has made a winning start in the Under-19 Vodafone Fiji Secondary Football Championship at Nandi's Prince Charles Park today. The officials are anticipating the excitement to grow as the tournament proceeds. Vaishnav Prasad reports.
The 68-team Vodafone Fiji Secondary Football Championship kicked off on a high note in the West today. Association President Aminesh Ram says the tournament has so far lived up to the expectation of everyone.
Defending champions in the under-19 grade Baulevu started the campaign strongly by defeating Batnikama from Lambasa 1-0, so they are on track to retain their title. In the under-15 and under-17 grades, the games were played this morning as well, and teams are all sizing each other up.
Organizers say things have been rolling well with 32 games, including the women's category, to be played in 4 days.
So far, so good. We are running on time. Everything is perfect. Lovely standard of football. And the weather, of course, it's a bit hot, but yes, good for football.
While defending champions Baulevu is on track to retain its title, favourite Xavier College lost its opening match to Penang Sangam by a goal.
Good at the moment. We have seen very good display of football and very fierce competition between the schools. As far as looking at the results are very close.
The finals will be held on Wednesday at Prince Charles Park. Vaishnav Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Neita Siri team, including its officials, have praised the huge support from their fans that enabled them to retain the HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy at Nosuri's Ratuzakambal Park yesterday. They defeated holders Namosi last month, thrashed the local giants Nandrunga and ousted Tailevu 26 points to 13 in its final challenge. Vaishnav Prasad reports.
After a 16-year drought, the Holy Grail of Fijian rugby will finally rest in the province of Naitasiri until next year. After missing out on the Skipper Cup, the Highlanders came on strong in the Fairbrother Challenge to beat Namosi 21-20, defeated the Stallions 26-17 before overthrowing Tailevu yesterday. Captain Inoke Tuisese says the supporters played a vital role in a tough journey this season.
They always want a win. So we won again from Namosi. There's not enough crowd there. Last week we already witnessed plenty, and yet again today. So we'd like to give back to the Almighty and the supporters for Naitasiri.
This does not spell the end for coach Koli Seambu, as he plans to form a formidable team that will be difficult to bring down in the next season.
To keep as many of these boys up until next season, and then start rebuilding on for younger guys coming through in the 20age grade. And see if we can maintain some consistency in the next 2 to 3 years.
While some players have called it time off until the next season, others will join the Fijian Drua to prepare for the National Rugby Championship that begins next month. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
It was a sea of yellow and blue as Ratukandavulevu School went home with 5 out of the 6 Powerade Super Deans titles at the ANZ Stadium in Suva yesterday. The boys from Dalai Nakaikai scooped the under 14, 15, 16, 18 and 19 divisions respectively. The RKS under 18 side proved too powerful for Nanranga's Duvu College, thrashing them 20-0 in the grand final last night. Vashnil Prasad once again.
It was a David and Goliath battle between defending champions Ratukandavulevu School and Duvu College in the under-18 Deans final. RK scored 3 unanswered tries to seal the match. Coach Nada Saumi says his players had shown great dedication and sheer will to win during the encounter.
Rugby-wise, defensive and offensive, they did very well. As you know, the defensive structures that we had, I think it changes the scenario of the game today and the results also.
Man of the match, halfback Chone Vatu Waliwali thanked all the RKS family for supporting them throughout the Danes campaign this year.
For the leading RKS this year, for being the champion. Now we are real champion. We went to Aussie, Australia, we won the Scots, and the Scenics, and now we have won the Deans. I want to thank the Lord for giving us strength.
RKS walked away with $6,000 while Duvu College was awarded $2,000. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Manchester United has opened the new English Premier Football season on a winning note. Last season's runner-up made the most of its chance against Leicester City. A weak frontal system remains over the southern parts of Fiji and is gradually moving east away from the country. Associated cloud and showers are expected to affect the southern parts of the group until later today. It was a hot and oppressively humid weather for our friends in the west. Singatoka recorded the highest temperature today at 31 degrees. And eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, it was a cloudy and windy day, with Suva recording the lowest temperature at 25 degrees. All the way up north, sunny, bright conditions in Lambasa and Nambawalu. However, Savu-Savu was much cooler. At sea, southerly winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate southerly swells. Now for the tides, low tide will be at 12:02 a.m. with high tide at 6:18 p.m. Sunrise will be at 6:29. For tomorrow, school holidays, sports tournaments and even Hibiscus Festival will be on a roll with good sunny weather ahead of us. Tomorrow's temperatures, it will all be in the mid-20s. And looking further on to Tuesday, it will be fine apart from a few brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. It should be fine elsewhere. You can expect cool nights as well. Recapping the main stories, plans in place to revamp the transport industry. More awareness needed for emergency response. And DPP to assist lawyers to improve their legal battle skills. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to our poll question segment. This week, we're asking, should police arrest people on the spot for filming accidents? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.